and China would help their brothers and sisters in Venezuela. And that's how it go. And I am not surprised if Cuba get involved. Cuba, China, Russia, those countries are brother and sister countries. You know think so, Prince? Prince is asking the question, why is Russia and China going to Venezuela? If it's one thing I learned with communist countries, you know, they stick together. They stick together. We who practice democracy, you know, see how we live bad. Eh? No, let me ask you, we who say we are practice democratic, you know, see how we live bad and we bad mind. Eh? Look how long Guyana down there, they suffer like a dog, the worst in the Caribbean. You don't think Jamaica did bad? Check Guyana. Guyana have you see like how we have free money, say $5,000. From me know myself, Guyana have $10,000 bill. Sufferation turn up down there in Guyana. Everybody class Guyana and bring down Guyana just like 80. Look pan Guyana now. Everybody want friend Guyana because Guyana find oil. All these years me I grew up, Guyana never but Guyana idiot. Guyana leaders are idiots. Yeah? But I guess it is never too late for a shower of rain. And you know the reason why I call them idiot? Because you have Trinidad they to the right of Guyana, and you have Venezuela to the left of Guyana, and Guyana in the middle. And if Trinidad find oil for centuries, and Venezuela have oil for centuries, what the backside? Why you are wait pan we sit down in the middle? You know feel say you sit down pan oil too. Guyana idiot. But as me say, it is never too late for a shower of rain. We give God thanks. So they invest in the country and them dig and them buck up on oil. But you should have find oil long time. Because you can't tell me, say me see for me brother next to me I survive and I flourish in a oil. And my sister to my left I survive and I flourish. So what do me? Eh? As somebody have to come knock for you and say, brother, it look like you sit down pan oil, you know, make we dig now. Eh? Exactly, Prince. Guyana surrounded by oil, and for all these years, Guyana sit down there and watch them people suffer. Eh? And nobody fi pinch them and tell them say, boss, you know, she say Trinidad the next door and them find oil. You know, she say Venezuela the right by your country border and them find oil. What if you sit down pan oil too? And see there? Them dig until them find them oil. We give thanks for them because they were the worst of the worst. We bad are not too bad as Jamaican. Well, when me tell you, say they were worse than us. Them have a $10,000 bill. For we stop at 5,000. But now, Guyana find oil and they're able to pay their debt. And I realize what's happening in the Caribbean. Every Guyanese we used to seek refuge in another country. You know, see, say the Guyanese people they might take time go back home. It look like you know see what go on. Even the Guyanese them we used to run go over to Trinidad. They are now returning home, and they are building their country. But Guyana, I don't know how it is going to play out because something is wrong, Jamaica. Something is wrong. Look on the geopolitics of it all. If for those of us like myself who did geography in school, when you look at South America, Venezuela to the left, Guyana to the right, the two of them share borders, as in Venezuela, Ichan, Pan Guyana. Trinidad is about 4 miles away. You can probably turn up Trinidad and see Guyana mainland. Trinidad is an island like Jamaica. Guyana, they're right next to Venezuela. Just like how Jamaica set up and Jamaica split in a 14 parish, like how Santander right next to Trelawney and you just drive across the road and you're in a Trelawney, is the same thing with Guyana. You just drive across and you're in a Venezuela and you just drive across and you're back in Guyana. The question you must ask yourself, Jamaica, if the whole we say we are one Caribbean and one CARICOM, Guyana is a part of CARICOM, Trinidad, Barbados, Jamaica, the whole islands, whole we are one Caribbean. Venezuela is not a part of CARICOM. But look if something not wrong. If Guyana is under threat for them oil, why is it that the United States never go to Guyana, the closest point to Venezuela? Why is it that the United States was granted access to the Caribbean through Trinidad? And whatever is happening down there in the region, it not have nothing to do with Trinidad. You see, Trinidad has always been a selfish territory. Always been a selfish territory. Ask yourself the question, Guyana sovereignty is under attack and the US want to intervene. Why you never land your troop them in a Guyana? Why you have to land them in Trinidad? Something is not right, Jamaica, and our leaders are not telling us the truth. Exactly, Chantel. A place down there in Guyana known as the Essequibo region. For me, know myself, me always hear say the Essequibo River run through Guyana. Venezuela want to claim the Essequibo region. Some international laws were passed and they give the region to to Guyana. But Venezuela is saying that that region belongs to them. But anyway, Jamaica, that is not the point, The point is, if Guyana sovereignty is under attack, and according to the United States, they don't want Venezuela to intervene and invade Guyana. So why they never landing troops in a Guyana? Why they land the troop in a Trinidad? And now I'm getting to understand that the Russian army, I don't know how them reach down here so fast, but the Russian ships, the Russian army is down there in the region as well. China is on their way, and you cannot blame China. You never hear about the Dragon gas deal? Enough of them oil rig want to see make up in a Guyana and Trinidad, a China. Yes, sometimes we have oil in, but it take money and investors to set up these oil rigs. And China have them Dragon gas field right across those regions. You think China are going to sit down there and make for them investment go down the drain because of the United States of America? Nope. So Venezuela, who is under threat and is a communist country just like China, just like Russia and Cuba, you think China are going to sit down or Russia are going to sit down and see them brother and sister communist country where they love and invest in for all these years are going to come under attack by the United States and don't do anything? But this is what I don't understand with the United States. Why make America not focus on for them country. You know how much things are going on. What did US are going left come down a Venezuela? What then gone down a Venezuela gone do? Eh? Eh? See it there? Enforcement, they were always down there. But that for sure you. So Russia and China not taking these threats lightly, because why the United States is heading down there? And why is it that Guyana never opened their borders to the US? Guyana is right next to Venezuela. So too is Trinidad, but Trinidad is a little distant, miles apart. Why the US invade Trinidad with their base and not Guyana? Guyana's sovereignty came under attack. Why they never landed troop in Guyana instead of Trinidad? And George Gray and several other persons are saying it's the oil. The oil is a part of it, yes. So too is the human trafficking and guns and drugs. Trinidad is overwhelmed with guns and drugs. And I said it before, I don't think it's right for Caribbean countries to not do their part. You can't send no one turn no country in a developing state, and you sat there and make people board on no aircraft with guns and drugs. And when them reach the United States, when them reach their destiny, the US are bust them. What uno are doing at the Caribbean? That is the reason why Rubio came, you know. See, Rubio come have a conversation with Andrew, because every time them bust them in the US and they ask, where you from? I'm from Trinidad, I'm from Jamaica, I'm from Guyana. That's why Rubio have to come say, boss man, do something. Because these persons are heading for my country and you have to shut it down. So if you don't fail to shut it down, we have to come and protect our borders. I think that is fear of the United States. So when you come and talk about, oh, the US want to take away Venezuela oil. Yes, the oil is a part of it. So too the human trafficking, so too the guns, and so too the drugs. And these Caribbean countries, including Jamaica, is a safe passage for this. They don't like it, but it is the truth. George Gray, I heard that and I know that, but it is not the only reason why. Ask yourself, Guyana just strike oil as well. Trinidad probably for them oil sector is in a crisis. I think the last time I heard it's Guyana giving Trinidad oil now. Remember, Trinidad have them own oil field, you know. The former government, the PNM, Rowley government have destroyed the oil sector down there in Trinidad. So much so that Trinidad, which is an oil producing country, have to import oil from Guyana. That is how bad things are in Trinidad. No feel like say Kamala open up our borders so you know her country is in a mess. Babzia say she don't really care. She don't think they care at all. They only care about the oil. George now say Venezuela wants to take away the... You see, George, all of your comments have to do with oil. And I keep on saying, yes, oil is a part of it. So too is... You may not hear you touch the human trafficking part, George. Me not hear you touch the gun for the gun part, neither the drugs part. Why is it that this man came to Jamaica, Rubio, and had a conversation with the Prime Minister? Why? It is clear that his conversation with the Prime Minister of Jamaica, it fell on deaf ears because the incidents keep happening. People still are left Jamaica. You know, here the United States has said Jamaica is a transshipment hub for guns and drugs and human trafficking. See it in front town, you know. Hmm? That is it in Jamaica. So the United States realized that Jamaica is not doing much where human trafficking and drugs and gun is concerned. Hence the reason why they went to Trinidad. Trinidad is having an issue with them border protection, guns and drugs. Their economy is in a mess. And they admit it. And so Rubio came to Jamaica. Him tell Jamaica the problem. Prime Minister Andrew did nothing to fix it. And so one country who care about their citizens decide they're going to welcome the United States. You can't blame Trinidad, you can't blame Kamala. See who you fi blame there in front of you, Andrew Holness, we say him the chairman for CARICOM. Where is the Prime Minister of Jamaica? We haven't heard him say anything from last week till now. Where is our Prime Minister? We have a hurricane hitting us shortly. Where is the Prime Minister? Why you not come say something, Prime Minister Holness? Is it that the United States have secrets on our Prime Minister? Who knows? We don't know. Why making can't talk? He has not said anything about the issue. Where is Kamina Johnson-Smith, the Foreign Affairs Minister? Why make them not show up to Parliament? Neither Andrew or Kamina. Where them they? I remember when Jamaica assumed the chairmanship for CARICOM, the labor rights them jump for joy. Why me couldn't not jump for joy? That is the CARICOM chair. Why am I do wanna jump for joy when you get the elevation like it's something new? Every CARICOM country gets 6 months per turn. It's just that at Jamaica time now. I know nothing new. I wanna jump and celebrate Andrew Holness heads CARICOM. Alright. Why him just a walk with the title say him a CARICOM chair for? If him can't stand firm. Why is it that he could not control CARICOM and say him a the boss? You saw Trinidad disobey CARICOM orders. And me couldn't know say listen, me run me own country, not CARICOM. And me no care what CARICOM say, and I don't care what the chairman Andrew say. And my people me I put first, and me not gonna make corruption bring down my country. Uno can make the corruption bring down for no country, but I care about my Trinidad and my citizens. And so Kamala welcome the help of the United States. Kamala welcome the efforts of the United States. Whether or no one to say it is a ploy to invade Venezuela, Kamala know what she get out of it. So while the oil is an issue, so too is the human trafficking, so too is the guns, and so too is the drugs. And they are using Jamaica and these islands as a transshipment hub. And that's why Rubio came to Jamaica and make Andrew know, say, boss, do something about it, else I will be forced to enter your region. Andrew did nothing about it. Hence the reason why Rubio had to look to Trinidad. There's going to be some ripple effect. There will be some effects to this as to why Jamaica shut out the United States. Listen, be prepared for what is to come. And as Andre Stevens would say, what is to come, be prepared. That's how it go. Yeah. Be prepared for what is to come, and for what is to come, be ye prepared. Come here and I thank you for the cake slice. This is not a good look, Jamaica. It is not a good look. The United States wants Jamaica to step up, fight against human trafficking. The country maintains a tier 2 ranking. And not today this. And we sit there and it keep on happening. Don't be surprised United States take charge. Because we don't know if we take charge of our region. We don't know how to take charge of our region. And so the United States had to intervene. And whether or not want to agree, yes or no, it is not all about the oil, the human trafficking, the guns, the drugs. All are making way to the United States. And the United States have spoken to our prime ministers many times to do something about it. And it fell on deaf ears. It fell on deaf ears. So see the same Rubio man we talk to Andrew have to go down to Trinidad. And Trinidad welcome the help. Trinidad welcome the help. 28 minutes past the hour of 11 o'clock. I think it's been a while I haven't heard from many persons. So I'm going to open up the lines. As I want to learn to, I want to know what you think is happening.